Hi YouTube, Melvin, Mr. 308449, and my 00 gauge shelf layout called Gorren Head. Now, this video here, I'm just going to show you a brief update, but I'm more going to talk about what I'm planning on doing next and any little things that people have noticed. So on the updates, it's very little. I've just finished off my grass all the way along here. Now, looking at it, if I show it from a distance, it doesn't actually look too bad, just that one layer. In some places I'll make longer grass, sort of down here, and at the back, just under the trees down there, possibly a little bit round this sort of area here, going off to some small grass, just to basically give it a bit more depth to it. But I fixed my static grass applicator, and if the camera will focus for me. Go, you can just see the grass is standing up, just there. Now it's not very tall grass. This is quite short stuff. I knew that when I got it, but it's what I'm planning on doing, just adding some longer grass, sort of more down this end and around the back and hidden out places. Other than that, I haven't done much more other than the last of the ballasting and sticking down the track. This piece of track here has finally been stuck down, and I've just finished off the ballasting along there, so the glue is just finally drying. Once it's all been dried, I've got to go and get my track rubber, find out my box somewhere, and the whole of the track needs to be cleaned because all over the place there's bits of PVA glue just stuck on the surface. So I've got to carefully clean the track and make sure there's good current running all the way along and not being stopped anywhere. Now, around all the points, you will notice there's no ballast in there, so I've got to add that quite carefully, not to go into all the point mechanisms or anything like that. So yeah, that's the basics of the updates, what's happened and what I'm doing next there. Last thing there will just be detail, benches, little things like that. Now, what I'm planning on doing next is it's a little bit, well, it's not really strange, it's what I've been planning to do the whole time. If you notice at the ends here, on most shelf layouts, the track here you ideally build like piece of wood that goes up and along about this sort of height all the way around, and you'd stick on like a background detail for big photos, something like that. But is what I'm going to do with this one instead is then behind that piece of wood you would have a fiddler's yard. Basically, this piece of track here would go in behind there, and then it would maybe split up into 3 lines, and then then you would have trains and carriages parked out of sight, out of view, and you just run it from one side to the other. That's a basic fiddler's yard, but as you can see, there is no room for that on here. I knew there wouldn't be when I first designed it. So instead, what I'm going to do is this here. I have never attached this down, so I can quite easily slide it out and lift it up. It's really light actually when it's lifted up out of the way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the track out either side, and if I just come back, I'll try and show you the whole of it. I've got to walk back quite a little way. Oh yeah, just to say, my wallpaper is terrible, and it is being changed in the next before Christmas. I'm planning on changing it, so yeah, it's not good. I didn't new carpet, but that's just me blabbering on. Anyway, yeah, the layout is 5 foot 2 inches on the front edge, and it's 4 foot 2 inches on the glass edge. Then the depth of it is only 11 inches. It's not massive like some people's, but it's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the track out both sides. This will eventually go upstairs. I've found a space upstairs, just a little room in the loft, which I'm gonna try and change into a little area for my trains to run around in, a bit of detailed track. Anyway, basic plan is I've got 115 inches, which is about 250 260 centimeters, so 115 inches all down one wall, and the layout itself is 62 inches from one end to the other. So the basics of what I'm going to do is at this end here I will add about 6 inches of track board here before I come out and make a 30-inch square, and that's going to be a helix down. If you've ever looked at a video called Everard Junction, highly recommend that channel if you want to go and look and watch all his videos. He's been building shelf layout, but at either end he's got a helix that goes up and down. I'm going to do that sort of design there, but instead of having 3 tracks like him, I'm only going to have 1 track. So at this end here I'm going to have the helix. On top of the helix, because obviously the helix goes down, so on the top bit I'm going to probably build a turntable and somewhere to store trains. Then coming out obviously at the other end, it's going to come out again by about 6 inches, then it's going to turn 90 degrees, come down the wall about, I think the measurement was 62 inches, so about 5 foot down the wall, and I'm going to build after the 5 foot another helix, again to obviously bring the track back up or go back down, and just next to that there it's going to be quite a simple single track, all the way around. It'll be single track. This track will come round the corner, it will keep going down the helix, or you'll be able to turn off into yard where I'll be storing trains, carriages, wagons, things like that. I'm also going to add a little bit which looks a bit more modern than this. This here track is around the early 1900s, 1928, 1930, that sort of age. That's the ideal age I'm building to, but the trains I'll be running will be from many different ages, ranging from the GWR era, LMS era, that sort of era, through the BR era and into the early diesel electric. So one part of my track is going to have a more modern design to it, which will have a fueling station for diesel locomotives. Now I'm not going to go and buy a I'm trying to think of one now, I think a class 56 is one train I was looking at, but it's a bit too modern for me, so I'm going to look for the simple 060 diesel shunters basically, that will be running sort of around the 1940s, 1950s, about 1940, 1945, that sort of era. So the older locos, so the track will sort of all fit in together. So yeah, that is the basic plan to what I'm doing. I'm going to try out some new software for modifying and editing videos, and I'm going to try and add a picture of my layout design at the end of this video. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a few shots. Now if anybody's seen all my videos before, they'll know what all this is about. So this is basically for people who haven't seen my videos before. Down at this end here, I've started off with, you come through, you've got a river scene, some fields, a little bridge. You go over the road, you obviously then come into your station masters and your restaurant area. Coming further down the line, we're going to have stations, obviously here. There'll be a walk crossing there. Obviously you can see the steps behind it. Coming further down, there's not much going to be happening, and then we come to the goods shed here, where obviously there's a road running around the back. You can just see it there, road running around the back, which is for lorries and stuff to drive. A bit further down we come to the end of the layout. Base is just some trees, a building there. That building's actually hiding the power connectors to the track. You can't see the wires, so I thought it was a good idea to modify the building by cutting out the door and hiding all underneath there to make it look a bit neater. So yeah, there's not much more actually to do on this layout now. My next few videos will be showing you how I finished off all the detailing, sort of wires and stuff running off here, a few wires and stuff. finish off the station. This here isn't stuck down yet, the reason being I need to get to the rear behind it still to sort out this area. So that'll be in the next few videos. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any comments, I'll be happy to either reply to them for the question or read them. Anything you think there might need to be changing, or any problems that you think I've come up with, I've talked about. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out the rest of my videos, and please subscribe. Right, cheers.